We're not live yet. It's still like trying. Oh. Hello. Welcome back to the stream. We are currently moments away from our tribal council with the veteran Nedic tribe. They are filing in front of me right now, heading to tribal council for the first time this game. Let's take a look at our players as they are called in by host cam. We have Ty, Katie, Maya, Bennett, Alicia, and Louie. Heading through our torches and making their way over to the tribal council area. On this slightly breezy time of day. I couldn't tell you if it's morning or afternoon.
Early afternoon. Late afternoon.
Okay. Everyone getting arranged and comfy
No, it doesn't change it much.
before TC officially gets underway.
All right. Welcome, Nedic, to your first tribal council. A few things before we begin. You each have a torch here, so whoever gets voted out here, grab your torch. And as always, in this game, fire represents your life. Once it's out, so are you. A few other matters of business here. Try to be as loud as possible. You don't have a fancy microphone like me, so I want to make sure the viewers at home can understand as much as possible what's going on here. And then lastly, there will never be anything hidden in the voting booth, so you don't need to waste any time in there. Just go in, make your vote and get back over here. All right, with that out of the way, let's chat. So we're gonna start with you, Ty. Figure we'll talk challenge. I know that was a tough situation there with the logic puzzle. I'm just curious, how you feel that the conversation went after that. Do you feel like that's going to be something that's held against you, or was that a kind of a non-issue in terms of the conversation?
Yeah, I mean, I would hope it's not held against me. Obviously, there's some nerves there when you're the person that's taking the longest, and I took a little bit longer than Jorge, so hopefully not. No one gave me any grief for it. I think that everyone would have had about the same amount of time as I would have. Otherwise, maybe they would have said, "Oh, I'm great at logic puzzles." That was definitely not my strong suit.
Okay.
But I'm honestly proud of myself for sticking with it and finishing it out and not getting a sub to come in. I know I offered, but I'm glad I was able to finish it. I just wish I had done it sooner.
Yeah, fair enough. Katie, as kind of a group of vets here, how much, previous reputation or kind of rumors about other people's experiences are playing a factor in kind of alliances or the votes or anything like that?
Well, I think the tribal will kind of tell if that's really an influence. I think from my perspective, it's just a nice talking point. It's been something to really bond about. We don't know each other, but we might know other people that we've played games with and stuff. If anything, it's been a social piece just to kind of break the ice than anything strategic of, they played this version versus that version. I think personally myself, like I'm fairly new to the LRG community, so it's just been really cool to kind of learn about it and not really take it into consideration of anything strategic.
Okay, all right. If it's not, maybe past experiences or anything like that, Alicia, what do you feel like is a determining factor for you or the group here heading into this tribal council?
Well, also for the record, I just learned what LRG was today. And I was like, wait, what's LRG? And they're like, you're doing it right now. I'm like, right. A determining factor for this vote, I think it's kind of tricky because we haven't established trust. We haven't voted all together yet. We know we're experienced players. We have experience in this game. So I think it's just kind of who we're vibing with and who we feel can be a cohesive group moving forward in terms of trust. And also in challenges. I mean, we want to win. We don't want to be in these seats again. So.
Okay. Maya, talk to me a little bit about the kind of discussion scramble after you lost. Was it a lot of disparate pairs, one-on-one conversations, people pulling people left and right, or was it a little more organized or kind of groupthink going on?
Yeah, we did a classic speed dating. Okay. So everyone got their rotation in with each bachelor, bachelorette. So yeah, just kind of making sure everybody gets a fair amount of time with each other, making sure that we get as many combinations possible because we want to be fair about it. No one wants to go home, but we might as well go about it in
Yeah. Bennett, do you feel like this group here, who got to see, one tribal from the vets already, is taking into account, who went home? You all had a chance to spend a night as a group of 12, right? And I imagine make some bonds, make some deals. Is, the fact that the first person is already out from that group affecting how you're making your decision here?
I think everyone has their own unique relationships with the veterans in this tribe and on the other tribe. And it doesn't necessarily impact the decision in my eyes. It just gives you more information to kind of like assess for yourself and kind of use as talking points to then gather information that is like more relevant. Because I think at this stage in the game, we hadn't voted together with the veterans on the other side. We had known them for a night and didn't have as many strategic implications in my eyes, but still something worth noting because any information is good information in Survivor.
Yeah, that's fair. Louis, so, what is the kind of sentiment that you're all espousing here? Is it green strong? Is it vet strong? How are you approaching this as a group going forward?
I think going forward, we ideally would like to be both green strong and vet strong. But this is a crazy game that's going to throw lots of twists and turns. So I think all of us are ready to head into battle and prepare for whatever lays ahead of us.
Okay. Ty, do you feel like your group has come to a consensus based on kind of the discussions that have happened? Or do you feel like there's still multiple plans going through here?
Yeah, that's tricky. I think honestly it could go either way. Honestly, it could be me. I could be surprised by this vote too. So, I think there's a general consensus, but I don't know if it's going to be all or if there's going to be someone that's on the wrong side of it. I have no idea.
Okay. Alicia, if you have an idea of what that consensus is it based more on, hey, we need to make sure we win that next challenge, or based more on the vibes and the alliances and kind of the relationships that have been built?
I think it's based more on relationships and who has because we all want a path to the end or as close to the end as we can get. So it's just whose path aligns with whose the most. And I think who can work together the most with, strategically and with trust and just vibes, like living out here. It's so fun. I've never done this before. It's crazy. And it's a good time. So you want to make sure that you have good vibes, but also are with people you can play with. So it's a bit of both.
Okay. Maya, how are we dealing with kind of the concept that someone might be coming back into this game? So the person that is going to leave from this tribal council isn't fully out of that game. You're potentially burning a bridge that might still be there later. So is that a huge factor in how you're voting or not at all?
It got brought up, but I don't think it's necessarily something that we're weighing heavily. Of course, at the end of the battle back, we want a vet to come back, but that doesn't necessarily play a huge factor in our decision here.
Okay. And Louis, in terms of advantages or idols or anything like that, is something that has been talked about a lot? Are you planning for that in this vote, or something that you feel like it's more a longer term concern?
I think advantages and idols have definitely been talked about this morning and this afternoon with giant question marks around them. If they're out there, I don't know where they are.
All right, me neither. Anyone else have anything else to say? I know you've spent a lot of time conversing as a group, so I feel like you guys are ready to get to it.
I think so.
All right, sounds good. We're going to start from the right this time, so we'll go with Bennett.
All right, and with that, the players are heading to the voting booth for the first time to cast their votes. We are going to go ahead and head off as well in a different direction from them so that you and I can have a little catch up and dissect everything that we just heard. So I am heading on over to our spot, which is usually shady, but probably not anymore. But that's fine. So again, for those of you just tuning in, we are going to head on over while the players are voting silently. This is your chance for me to fill you in, for you to ask questions so that you know the latest on what's going on in this game. Just going to go ahead and make sure that players are out of earshot, looking like perhaps they are a little too close for comfort. So I'm going to go a little farther away than before. please hold. I'm going to mute temporarily so that you guys don't hear me direct them really loud. Okay, just directing players away so that they're not hearing what's happening for this tribal council. So looks like we're in a safe spot to get almost started. Just watching them file out, and all right, and I will now open the handy dandy notebook for you. Okay, so I'm gonna get even farther, honestly, because I'm paranoid. We don't want to affect any of the game by like doing all of this. We want to make sure that this tea stays with all of you and not leak to the player. So, okay, I'm gonna post up in this little shady spot and we can get going. So again, I'm gonna give you the scoop. Feel free to jump in and ask questions and I'll answer them if I know the answer. So, this is the Nedic tribe made up of Katie, Maya, Alicia, Ty, Louie, and Bennett. And so, y'all, there's a lot going on. That tribe was pretty like acting kumbaya, acting like they're going off vibes, and you know, and like it's a mess. Like they are not all one unit, most definitely. So I cannot wait to get into it. So, okay. So first of all, let's see. We have a couple of duos question mark on this tribe. I say that because we do have one obvious duo that has formed of Louie and Alicia. They are tight, they are together, and everyone kind of knows it. I will say Louie is assessing Alicia's threat level and sees her as a really good shield for him to make it maybe later in the game hiding behind her a bit. Alicia's had a big personality. You saw it a little bit in Tribal Council. If you were tuning in yesterday, you saw it during the challenge when she was doing dramatic jumps and splits and everything. So she's kind of like an out there player that a lot of people have their eyes on. Moving over to the duo question mark part of this tribe, we have Maya and Bennett. So Maya really likes Bennett, feels strongly about him as a duo. Bennett doesn't appear to think that he and Maya are in a duo, so question mark on that. However, it sounds like potentially those two duos, or maybe not, are kind of maybe all considering voting the same way. Obviously, with those four, there are only two other names we have not yet said, which would be Katie and Ty. So if those four vote together, their votes might potentially be going towards Katie or Ty. I will say that both Louie and Bennett have kind of been like, okay, like, yeah, it's Katie or Ty, but like, maybe not Ty. I think both of them kind of are looking down the line at the future of the game already in round one and thinking that maybe Ty is like kind of like a later ally, but not a now ally. So they're playing about 8 rounds ahead of where we are currently at the start for them of day 2 with Tribal Council. So interesting strategy. Let's see, what else do we have? So speaking of Katie and Ty, obviously that like potentially leaves Katie as the target for Bennett, Maya, Louie, and Alicia. But fun facts about that plan. Katie was our #1 fundraiser for the vets, and so she was awarded a secret advantage that changes every day of the game. So it is day 2. So if she decides to use that advantage today, it is an idol that can be played at a tribal council. So if she gets the most votes and plays it, she could be idling someone else out of the game. Do not know. And I think it most certainly, if she idles someone, is probably hoping it isn't Ty, who is her current #1, and Ty feels the same way. The reason that they are so close is that Ty had original good vibes with Katie, but then Katie ended up telling him about her fundraising advantage and the idol, and showed him the entire paper that describes what this advantage does every day, because it actually changes as time goes on. So it works a little differently every day. Today only it will be an idol. Tomorrow it will change. We went over it on a live recap show from last night, but I will of course be filling you in as time goes on. So today it's an idol, but not secret because Ty knows. Now, Ty knows Katie is potentially a target and on the chopping block, and he is now deciding what to do about it. So one plan that he had was to maybe kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudge Katie into playing it by saying something at tribal council. I'm not sure if that happened or not. Listening in on Ty's answers, I didn't really get the sense that like he was trying to signal to Katie that it might be her. So I'm not sure about that. Also, let's see. I'm already being called back. Okay, really quickly. Sorry, there's way too much. Or Ty doesn't know if maybe he'll vote for Katie and kind of play along with that 4 who might have told him about the plan. Or maybe try and change the target over to Bennett as like a sacrificial lamb potentially. Don't know. I know Katie is gunning for Bennett super hard because apparently he didn't know her name this morning, which signaled to Katie that he obviously didn't care that much to know her, and maybe she's not in his plans. One more item of note, Alicia has the idol that was hidden at the tribe camp yesterday. We're gonna walk and talk. She found it along with Maya, Zoe, and Katie. So they all know. So on this tribe only, okay, so Maya, Katie, and Alicia all know about Alicia's idol. She has not told anything about the idol to her number 1 ally, Louie, but she's really wanting to apparently maybe tell him before anyone else can. So again, like I said, tribe was a mess, and we are heading on back to the tribal council area. Cam waiting with those tabulated votes. So let's rejoin all of our friends and get to the vote. All right, and we file back to the tribal council area in lockstep with our host Cam, who is bringing the votes right on back. Players have just been silently waiting for our return.
Okay.
Okay. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play one, now would be the time to do so.
So, I was the most fundraised of my tribe, and I don't want to go home with a souvenir or place third to last in my LRG like I did last time. Do you want me to read it or bring it up?
Please read it.
Okay. So congratulations, you raised the most money. How it works. This advantage is completely secret. Not anymore. You can only play the advantage once, but the advantage changes each day. This advantage cannot be stolen from you and is non-transferable. If voted out, the advantage is void. So today's
That's all you have. Yeah,
thing
today's
is an idol.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
On day 2,
Sorry for the boob sweat, by the way.
that is okay. On day 2, this does count as a hidden immunity idol, so any votes cast against Katie will not count.
I'm just gonna check this thing just because it's on the. I'd like to play that.
This is nothing.
Damn it, dude.
Anybody else? Okay. We will get to the votes. First vote. Katie. Second vote. Katie. Third vote. Katie. Fourth vote. Katie.
Sorry, Katie.
vote. Katie. 1 vote remaining. The third person voted out of Can You Survive? Tides at War. Alicia. Sorry, that's 1 vote. That's enough.
Yeah.
Grab your torch.
Oh my God.
Grab your torch. What's wrong with you? Forget it.
Do I take it?
Yeah, you can keep this.
All right, Alicia, we
Come
are
on.
still on the live stream. We're into a little shady spot that's going to be cleared out. Are you? This is about to your time as soon as your people that voted you out
Wow.
walk away.
Wait, yeah.
So yeah, as soon as we clear them out, hopefully quickly, this will be your time to share your thoughts and the viewers to know.
Cool. Wait, right now.
If they clear
Okay.
out, which should be soon.
Good play, Katie. All love.
Best of luck.
Good job, guys.
Chat, you can go time.
Honestly,
Okay, sorry. So sorry. This is pretending like I have Wi-Fi, but it's not letting me on. Okay. Oh, okay. We don't want to be seeing me. Sorry for that technical difficulty. We are back and we are here with Alicia. So let me just go ahead and turn the camera around so that all of you,
can you see me? Hi.
yes, can see her instead of me. There we go. All right. And we are back. So Alicia, this is your time with the viewers to share thoughts.
Honestly, props to Katie. Like, I respect it as a fan of the game. Like, I love stuff like this. I love that she had a secret advantage and didn't tell anyone. And she was smart because I was about to pop off and vote her out, and I had an idol, and I found the idol this morning. And I had a good alliance, like people that trusted me. I feel like I was in a good position. I was doing great in challenges. So I knew I was a threat. I just thought we were cool. So I respect it, honestly. I think she has a big target on her back now because she isolated herself a lot today and didn't initiate a lot of conversations. But that's okay. I'm really happy for her. So happy to have this experience and so sad, but just like happy, you know. I want to go far. It's okay.
Absolutely. So you have made it into day 2 as far before being voted out. You'll be not complete from the game, however. With your are you proud of lots of game that you got to experience. What are you maybe most proud of about yourself from your
Ooh.
time out here?
That's a good question. Honestly, just coming and doing this and like getting out of my comfort zone. I want to be on Survivor one day for real. So it's just putting myself in positions to practice and get experience and have fun. Like I found a hidden immunity idol. I did great in challenges. I had good alliances and I got blindsided because I was a threat. So it's a lot of good things. Everything's good. I'm really proud of myself.
Absolutely, as you should be.
And I slept through the night.
Wow.
How? I don't even know.
All right. This is your chance before I let you head on to No Man's Land to shout out your very worthy cause that you are playing for.
Yes, shout out to the Humane Society. I love all of the animals and little pets there. Like animals have such a place in my heart. So love the Humane Society. I love all of the charities that everyone else is representing too. It's so great. And shout out to my friends and family and my boyfriend watching. It's fun to know we have support. So I love the live stream.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to hand you off to your handler, Barry, who will
Okay.
get you on over to No Man's Land.
Thanks,
Thanks,
you.
Alicia.
Yep, see ya.
All right. And with that, away Alicia goes. And hello again to me and you. All right. So that is that for this tribal council. We're going to be taking a short break before we bring you the rookie tribal council. I'm going to guess 15 minutes. So we will catch you back here soon. All right. Thank you so much. And sorry about the glitch. It's a work in progress, as we know, but I will keep making it better for you. Okay.